A trespasser caught trying to get onto Kendall Jenner's property in Los Angeles has been arrested, but was soon released by law enforcement without charge. The model, 26, has been subject to several stalker ordeals and has previously had trespassers try to access her home and enter her land without permission. Sources told TMZ that a man named Arnold Babcock, 31, was stopped by security inside her gated community asking to see her reality star. The online news outlet claimed that the man was walking around looking for Kendall and it wasn't the first time he had been stopped for doing so. The security officer detained Babcock until police arrived to arrest him for trespassing, however he was released just a short time later. According to TMZ, Los Angeles County District Attorney George Gascon's office rarely filed charges for trespassing, which is proving frustrating to police forces. They said that they feel suspects have more of an incentive to commit crimes again. The district attorney's office told the publication, "Our office charges trespassing cases when appropriate based on the totality of the circumstances." In June, a man allegedly tried to find Kendall at her LA home and presented himself at the gate of the star's exclusive community in an attempt to see her, law enforcement sources told TMZ. Although the guards didn't allow him to enter, he then allegedly went around them and climbed over the wall guarding the community. The guards were reportedly familiar with the man because he had made several earlier attempts to see Jenner. Unlike his previous attempts, he then scaled the wall in order to get past the guards, though he cut his hand seriously enough to require medical attention in the process. The police were called to the scene and the intruder was apprehended, though it's unclear if the guards got a hold of him first or if the police captured him. Despite his attempt to scale the wall, he was reported taken into custody before he ever made it to Jenner's house. After a trip to the hospital to attend to his cut hand, the intruder was booked for misdemeanor trespassing and released from the jail after 10 hours. Jenner has reportedly been steering clear of the house following an earlier stalking incident, and she traveled to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico, over the weekend with her friend Hailey Bieber. In April, a 27-year-old man named Shaquan King gained entrance to her property and attempted to take a nude swim in her pool, TMZ reported. During the frightening break-in attempt, he began pounding on the doors and windows and calling out for Jenner, who was home but safe from the stalker. After he gave up on getting her to come out, he tried to get into the pool, though he was subdued by security guards and arrested by police shortly afterward. The catwalk star was later granted a 5-year restraining order against the skinny-dipping enthusiast. The stalker also terrorized Jenner's younger sister Kylie Jenner. He spent only 6 hours in jail for trespassing on Kendall's property and headed to Kylie's home shortly after being released. The cosmetics mogul was able to get her own restraining order against the stalker, though a judge only granted a shorter 3-year order. Kendall previously moved out of her last home, located in West Hollywood, in 2017 after she was the victim of a burglary. She had another stalker scare earlier in April, when she told a judge that a Los Angeles Police Department detective told her that a 24-year-old man named Malik Bowker had traveled across the country with the intention of purchasing an illegal firearm to murder her. They claimed that he then intended to kill himself. The catwalk star was swiftly granted a restraining order against him, which required Bowker to stay at least 100 yards from her. At the time, he was being held in a hospital's psychiatric ward, though she claimed that she feared he would seek her out after being released, TMZ reported. So far, Jenner hasn't made any moves to sell her current home, though she doesn't appear to have any plans to return to it.